On March 22nd, hundreds of students, faculty, and community members took part in something that is not a common sight on Purdue's campus, a march.
We wanted to commemorate this historic march because it really made a difference not only in the suffrage campaign for women, but it inaugurated a whole century of targeting the national government with public action.
Even though marching is not a normal sight on the West Lafayette campus, it does allow students to be heard in another way.
Our organization is really involved in activism and having a voice on campus and speaking for those that typically have less of a voice. So we are really into informing people about different issues in politics and things like that, and this is a big way to tell people what's going on.
Planning for the march began early this semester and excited many groups to march for a variety of causes.
With a few calls, open calls for people to come together, and specific invitations to student groups that I thought would in fact be interested, we quickly put together a coalition of 50 or 60 delegation leaders who then brought up to 10 times that number.
Marching brings something unique to campus and awakes a trend that was popular many decades ago.
One thing that I think is really important to remember is that we don't organize to march, we march to organize. So this is not the end, it's the beginning of progress on campus.
Reporting for Fast Track, I'm Lauren Hausermann.
Purdue University galleries offer a welcoming environment for both students and community members to relax and use the left side of their brain for change.
It's a really exciting opportunity to see art on campus.
Currently showcasing work by artist Catherine E. Bash in conjunction with the Spaces of Art conference that Professor Catherine Dawson has organized.
Part of the conference we wanted to have an artist to show us what today artists are doing, because we study a lot of artists who use map and do map ourselves.
Bash, a PhD graduate of University College of London, incorporated her many fields of study, including art, languages, and poetry, to create this exhibit that is based upon her dissertation.
This exhibition I bring together a series of works that deal with cartography in general, and in the sense that I like to mark space and time and give incontrovertible evidence of how.
For Fast Track, I'm Lauren Hausermann.
Week after week, a new episode of Fast Track brings you the latest events and happenings from around the Purdue and Lafayette communities. But what goes into this student-run production?
Fast Track is a student-produced 30-minute weekly news magazine.
The reason why students decide to join Fast Track varies, but they can all agree that it is a worthwhile experience.
Well, I'm a first-year reporter here on Fast Track News, and so far I'm loving it. I really wanted to join Fast Track to not only gain more experience on camera, but to get some more experience editing.
Students are forced to break out of their comfort zones and are pushed to get interviews, meet time constraints, and make sure they are covering stories that are of value to viewers.
I'm used to doing hard news packages, so going from a minute 45 to 2 minutes is something that I'm used to doing, and when I got to Fast Track it had to be 3 minutes to 3.5 minutes, so it was a little bit of an obstacle at first, but you know, I'm getting to know a lot more about features and not so much hard investigative news, so that's been something I've learned.
As a capstone class, Fast Track serves as an opportunity for students to not only earn credit towards graduation, but also have hands-on experience that will better prepare them to enter the real world of television broadcasting. Reporting for Fast Track, I'm Lauren Hausermann.
Why does this university pay Danny Hope $1.2 million a year? And why does the president of the university, the last president, make something on the order of $500,000 a year? And what does that say? It's going on nationwide.
On Thursday, September 27th, Project Impact held an interactive conversation with Brian Lamb and Mitch Daniels.
Well, we like working with Brian Lamb so much. He is the person our school is named after, and he's a very avid supporter of Project Impact, and we think he's so great, and he provides a nonpartisan just interview and insight to just like all these different things going on nationally and internationally, and so Mitch Daniels is such an important thing to our school right now, and so we thought that having an interview by Brian Lamb would be just a great event to have.
Although Daniels has been on campus multiple times for other forums, this was the first time the entire student body was involved, both in Loeb Theater and virtually through the live Twitter stream.
I love events like this, especially when we have such a, controversial president-elect coming into office. I think it's great that students have the chance to ask him their specific concerns, not necessarily university-wide concerns.
Events such as this one held by Project Impact are important for students to not only understand what is happening on campus, but to also be a part of the transition.
I can just remember when I started out in broadcasting in this town at this university, and I got to interview some of the stars that came to town. It's just a beginning, so if you do nothing but get on your feet and ask the question of the incoming president and the governor of the state, it's a victory.
Reporting for Fast Track, I'm Lauren Hausermann.